right, Shalom. I go by the brother known as the Watcher. At least that's what my channel is named. Okay. Also go by Michiana area Yasharala, which Yasharala means Israel. Okay. And who are the Israelites today? The so-called Negroes that are scattered throughout the earth. All right. And some of you so-called Latinos and Native Americans dependent. You know, because I'm not somebody who go off on everything that someone says or was taught. You know, you have to do your research, your diligent research. Okay, so I believe that all Latinos and Native Americans aren't what we would know as the Israelites, as well as Negroes. But the majority of Israelites will be Negroes, dark-skinned, black people with woolly hair, just like Christ. Okay, and today's lesson is pretty much going to be like last year's lesson, dealing with the 4th of July Day celebration, which is this is a day after the 4th of July, but I'm gonna kind of just deal with the 4th of July celebration and whatever else comes to mind. All right. Before that, I just want to give all praises to the Most High Yahweh, through His Son Yahweh Shai. Peace and blessings to you, Akim and you, Aqua, brothers and you sisters who come to know this truth and you seeking the Heavenly Father to the return of the Son. Knowing the truth meaning you come to know that the Negroes that are scattered throughout the earth are the true Israelites of the Bible, the real Jews. Okay? And being so that you are the real Jews, this so-called 4th of July celebration, it shouldn't be celebrated. Okay? It shouldn't be you shouldn't involve yourself with this day. All right? Because it has nothing to do with the Most High. And it does not have anything to do with us. Because once this celebration came about, we were still in hardcore slavery. All right. Now we were promised freedom. We were promised freedom, but we still were in hardcore captivity. Okay, until the time of the Emancipation Proclamation. Okay, so we still went through 100 years from that time to the Emancipation Proclamation, still in hardcore slavery and treated unfairly and treated badly and brutally murdered, tortured, all that. Okay? So what does the 4th of July mean to us? All right? It's just another indoctrination, institutionalized way of thinking. Okay? Put in our minds, put in our brains. That's why we're so destroyed as a people. All right? Because we've been put in a deep sleep. But you know, it's the Most High that caused this. It caused us to be put in a deep sleep. All right, and to be put under another nation. So when you're put under another nation, hey, you have to go by the rules. You have to go by the laws, even their celebrations. All right, somewhat, because you're not forced to celebrate this holiday. At one time you was, but now you don't have to be a part of it. You don't have to go out here, get the real big grill, get your dog sausage links, you know, burgers, chicken, and whatever side you got to go with the meal, to go with the grilled chicken, to go with the grilled burgers and the grilled sausages and all that. You know, you don't have to do that. You don't have to bust off firecrackers, fireworks. It's just some news that just came out about a guy who's real known on the social media content creation era. He lit off some fireworks against where there were three M80s and blew his hand off. The scripture says it's in Hebrews to fall in the hands of the Lord. Okay, and you reap what you sow. You see, I don't mess with them fireworks anyway, just for that reason. Very dangerous. Okay, let's lock it. Let me get the first scripture. All right, Salakia. All right, this is the book of Exodus, chapter 23, verse 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. Okay, America is the multitude. All right, you were born to participate on this day, not really knowing, having a thought in your mind like, yo, wait a minute. When this day came about, we were in slavery. You know, it never the two really never it never really it never really came to our minds that, yo, why are we doing this? Why are we celebrating this day? You know, we were in slavery. Okay, the presidents are involved in this day. The presidents at that time, what, had slaves. Okay, George Washington, who became the first president of the United States of America, he had slaves. John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, okay, all of them, they were all slave owners. You know, and they did what was required to keep you down, to keep you in slavery. And as time uh, grew during that time, you know, they added on laws. All right, within due time, the South states became mainly the states dealing with slavery. All right, at first it was pretty much that whole side of the coast of America, of the land. You know, where Massachusetts, Virginia. Okay, um, what else you got over there in that area? New York, New Jersey, um, and Connecticut, Maryland. All right. At that time, you know, slavery was dealt in those areas, but later on in time, it just became a South thing. Slavery only was dealt with in the southern states. All right. But what is the Fourth of July is based on the Declaration of Independence. Okay, a big celebration of America. All right, because what America won is so-called independence, Declaration of Independence. But did we get independence? Did we get a land of our own, a country of our own? No, we did not. We still were on the plantations. We were in some of the worst conditions you can ever think of. All even from that time to the Civil War, through the early 20th century, through the 60s and 70s, all the way up until now. All right, there's still a problem within the black community, the black mind, still destroyed. Destroyed of what? For a lack of knowledge, like the scriptures say. Okay, back at Exodus chapter 23, verse 2, thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to raise judgment. All right, the main point to that is following out a multitude to do evil. Okay, like I said, the multitude being this country or pretty much the whole world. You know, because once something like this becomes a big thing, when the world gets involved. All right, but I know some countries don't too much care, about the Independence Day, 4th of July. All right, but it's a big thing in America, and it's carried on by a lot of people. The percentage, 90% of the people that follow. Matter of fact, you can say 100%, which that 100% is slowly dying down. Why? Because you have so-called blacks here in America waking up to the truth, to come to the realization that, hey, 4th of July has nothing to do with us. Okay? Salaki, brothers and sisters. All right? Salaki. Yeah, this 4th of July celebration has nothing to do with us. Okay? Some of us did fight in the wars, you know, but why were we fighting in those wars? To win our freedom. To win our freedom from our oppression, from our oppressor, from being beat and whipped. You know, we didn't want to deal with that, but we were lied to. Okay, let's see. This is the book of Second Timothy. This is the book of Second Timothy, chapter 2, verse 15. Study to show thyself approved unto the power, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. Involved with so-called academics. All right, teaching yourself. You know, putting this stuff in your mind. Teaching yourself and learning the true education. What you truly need to know, not just for this world, but for yourself, to educate yourself. All right, because a lot of this education that they teach to our young kids is pretty much biased. All right, they're not going to go back in history and teach about your heroes, okay? Especially during that time, because really there were no so-called heroes. At least that's what we were taught. All right, but you did have some of our people that were trying to fight for their freedom and risk their lives into doing right by their people. Okay, you heard of more than Nat Turner's out there that revolted against the slave masters. But you're not taught that in school. At least when I was in school, I wasn't taught that. Okay, I had to find out about Nat Turner through my pops, through my worldly father. All right, the book that he had. Okay, so there were more than one Nat Turners as well that fought that revolted. Okay, and tried to escape. You know, you had slaves that did escape all up north, going all the way up to Canada. Okay, the guy Solomon Northup, he was a free man that was kidnapped and brought into slavery. All right, so you got a lot of great men and women out there that done great things for our people. During that time. But this is not necessarily taught. Okay, what you're taught is that America on the 4th of July in America, we see the Declaration of Independence. They want to become an independent nation, all right, and separate themselves from the ways of England, all right, and how they dealt with things. And then that's when they came up with the constitutions and the laws, all right. But it had nothing to do with us. Why we're still enslaved. Now there were laws that were made uh, mainly to fulfill slavery. Like if a slave ran away, you know, he could be beaten. They could torture him. Like you see it in Roots, like how they cut half of his foot off. Okay, runaway slaves. You know, some of them were lynched. Lynched meaning they put a rope around their neck and hung them. Okay, you could bring a slave back to his plantation, and then it's a possibility he could be sold off. Okay, but a lot of horrible things that went down in during that time in slavery. Okay, so let me read that. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15. Study to show thyself approved unto Elohim, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightfully dividing the word of truth. Again, study. Okay, get involved. Get involved with going to the library. I mean, just picking up a book. Something that's needed to know that you need to know. All right. Not many of our young children want to do that. They want to just grow up and emulate the rappers. Okay. Well, now content creation, which is pretty much destroying the minds of the little ones. It's all about filming and putting yourself on camera and degrading yourself, making yourself look foolish, or filming something and then putting it on the social media sites and laughing. Off for entertainment. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for entertainment, but it's going too far. Okay, is truly going too far, and it's destroying the minds, like I said, of the little ones, especially the so-called blacks. Okay, they're not interested in truly much learning about their past. They're not interested in learning of great that were great during that time, not wanting to learn their true history. And if they do learn about it, it still just goes one end out to other. Okay, being careless and not having no sincerity towards what they just been taught. Okay, they're starting to bust off them fireworks again. All right, this is Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 22. For my people is foolish; they have not known me. They are Scottish children, and they have not none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. Okay, they have knowledge in doing all the wrong things, all things that's just considered cool, but truly evil. All right, things that are just truly evil, things that they get involved with, you know, just because their friend is involved in it. All right, doing some of the most silliest and careless things. All right, and filming it. Like I saw a video. A guy jumped jumped from a jumped he flipped on the couch. He jumped from upstairs, the upper the upper the upper hallway in the house, and just jumped off of it, flipped onto the couch, and hurt himself, and went to the hospital. Okay, things like that. And again, like I said about the guy who blew off his hand. All right, he's a well known he's well known in content creation. All right, and just this recently on the 4th of July, he lit fireworks and blew off his hand. Okay, you see, wise to do evil, childish children, meaning foolish. Okay, the most idiotic thing, stupidest thing. Okay, but that's what you get, participating on this day. Something silly like lighting fireworks and just throwing them, or just to hear them pop, and it's dangerous. What the scripture say? My people love darkness rather than light. So right, this is the book of John, chapter 3, verse 19. And this is the condemnation that light is come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. Right. They love darkness rather than light. It's like you try to talk to someone, talk to them, and tell them, but they don't want to hear it. It's foolish unto them. Okay? You know, it's like when you're born evil, that's just who you are. You know, you can't really get this to a person that's just truly evil. You talk to him once, you talk to him twice, you talk to him a third time, still don't get it. A fourth time. After the third time, you should really just be through with that person. All right? Because it's like they're never really going to get it. They love to do evil. They love to do the things that is not required of the Most High. All right? Love to be, love to be stupid. All right? And there's a consequence for that. You have to answer to the Lord. It's a fearful thing. It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the Most High. Right with that. Like your brothers and sisters once again. All right. Okay. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 10. I'm going to start at the 30th verse. For we know him that have said, vengeance belongeth unto me. I will recompense, saith the Lord. And again, the Lord shall judge his people. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. All right. So that guy that blew his hand off didn't even see it coming. Didn't even see it coming. Didn't even know at all that, man, he was going to be missing a hand in this day. Or at least that day, the 4th of July. Or in the fall of August. Okay? You don't have to involve yourself with that. You don't have to be a part of the crowd. Being part of the crowd is what's going to get you to lose your hand. All right? It also was said that he had lost his sight for a minute. Okay? Lose your sight, become blind. You know, your hearing. Or eventually passing away, losing your life. Dealing with those fireworks, man, is very dangerous. Very dangerous. But what? We want to be like our oppressor. Be involved. And you know, when we just involved in something like that, we do things 10 times worse. Okay? become worse than our oppressors, worse than the other nations. All right, the other heathen nations, the nations that the Lord didn't choose. All right, we become worse than them. Let me see if I can find that scripture. Salaki brothers and sisters. All right. Salaki brothers and sisters. Okay, let me see. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 5. Salaki brothers and sisters, this is a part of the session where I'll cut this video and go to the next video. So see you in the next video.